Hi, Capricorn. Welcome, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign to the month of November 2022. 2023. Get ready for a big month because there's a few things happening for you that are very positive. Some new momentum in travel, sibling relationships, and local neighborhood events because Lord Saturn is finally moving direct in your third house, as well as a huge shift in your dreams, wishes, and goals for your life over the next 2 years. It sets itself in motion in the month of November. So we're going to dive into all of that for you in the couple of, 20 minutes ahead. So stick around for that. Just before I get started, welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Lori Lothian. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac, and I'm using whole sign houses, and I love the minor asteroids. And I wanted to help you navigate your life with more flow, ease, and grace by looking at what the sky may suggest is the path of greatest ease in your life. And that's why we're hopefully using predictive astrology. Also, a small promotion, very quick. I'm going to be 30 seconds. My 2024 All Signs videos is coming out at the end of November, third week. If you want to get a pre-sale price, which is 35% off, you can get the All Sign bundles, so you can listen for your Sun, Moon, and Rising, or you can get individual a la cartes for your Sun, Moon, and Rising as you wish. But get that information down below in my description box under the More button, because that sale price will never happen again. And every year, this material never goes on YouTube. I always put it out privately for sale to people who want to get a 75-minute, hour-long video and a PDF support document to help navigate through the celestial stories of your life in 2024 based on your sign. Guys, let's just talk big picture stories, right? If you're a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and especially Rising, Pluto has been in your sign for a long time, since 2008, and finally is in direct motion since October the 10th and moving forward in your sign. That's wonderful, because things that were inward and stuck around this transformation of power and self and all the amazing lessons you've learned over the years was kind of gone inward, right? It was kind of like very inside of you, and now it's going to be pushed into the world. You are going to push that power outward, that power of Pluto, which can be wealth, which can be command, which can be a certain sense of gravity that your whole character carries in its beingness now. But also Saturn, the Lord of your sign, has gone direct on November the 4th, will be direct motion, turning around at 0 degrees of Pisces in the house of siblings, cousins, the local neighborhood environment, the online social media platforms that you may or may not inhabit, things to do with short distance travels, and also or domestic or continental travels, as well as anything you wish to learn that you can use as a skill. So many meanings to that junk drawer of the third house, truly. But here's what I'll say about it for you. If there's anything that you need to get moving on in direct motion as this month of November progresses and Saturn gets a little bit faster, like slowly but surely, as he begins to spread out a bit, in terms of speed and move forward, not just sort of stalled at 0 degrees, you're going to find you get the momentum you need in those third house matters. So looking again to those areas I just narrated, and expect to see some results there. So your travel plans take form, your sibling connections solidify or move in the right direction. You get that book publishing contract, or you finish your writing project, or you stabilize your website. Any of those are all possible, or you're making really good progress down there. But the other thing I want to mention for you guys is that your 11th house of good spirit, which is where your friendships are and where all your larger social groups are, is having a huge activation with Mars moving into the heart of the sun in the month of November. So I'm going to start to break it all down in a very slow way for you, kind of going through the big stories of sign changes, 3 planets changing signs, which gives you a feeling of something's better and different. Something's like finally a breath of fresh air, because we will have looked in the rearview mirror. I'm recording October 12th at a difficult world story, probably with the Israel thing and the stock markets and the collapsing. And I've been predicting this kind of black swan stuff for a while now. So I'm recording before we know where it's all really heading. But let me put it this way, at least November is going to feel a lot better for most of us, because that is in the rearview mirror. So Mercury, Venus, and Mars are changing signs in the month of November. Let's break that down for what it means for you and how that will likely feel for you. So first of all, Mercury is a very fast moving planet, and he will move out of the sign of Scorpio, and he'll move into Sagittarius I'm sorry, he'll move out of the sign. Oh yeah, I got that right. He'll move out of the sign of Scorpio and into the sign of Sagittarius on November the 9th. And literally only the day before that, Venus gets her little ass also into gear, and she moves into the sign of Libra from the sign of her fall, which is Virgo, which is going to be a wonderfully good feeling for you because that's your career house. Your Libra career house becomes blessed by Venus. And this can bring you something going on here between November the 8th and this November the 8th and December the 4th, with Venus in Libra bringing you a feeling of career opportunity, career luck, reputation luck, career success, some shift in those endeavors, some goodness coming out of that part of your sky is quite possible during the entirety of November 8th through to December the 4th. But as I mentioned, Mercury also moves signs at roughly the same time the next day, and he'll be moving into Sagittarius. Now, for you, that's travel to foreign shores, that's business and revenue from foreigners, foreign countries, and foreign lands. That's things to do with revenue you can generate on PayPal, Stripe, and shopping cart revenue internationally. And having this energy of Mercury in Sagittarius may also lend itself to a deeper level to make your dreams and your information from your nocturnal dreams work for you. The dream messenger is Mercury. He's in a house that can apply to dreams at night. And so pay attention to those dreams. They may be giving you really big signals. And that will be November the 9th to December 1st when you have Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius, which is your natal whole sign 12th house. Interestingly, this forms a beautiful sextile energy or flow between Venus and Mercury in a whole sign flow between the signs of Libra and Sagittarius all month long, starting from the 8th and 9th of the month. And that allows for good things to happen in your career through all those 12th house meanings, including secret deals and backroom negotiations that could be working on your behalf. You don't know if it's your superiors like cobbling together a plan to get you something good in work, or whether you're the one doing the deals and negotiations, but that kind of energy can happen as well. Now, sometimes the 12th house is definitely a house of hidden enemies, but I'm not worried about Mercury here at all because he's got such support from Venus in that whole sign sextile that I doubt very much that a hidden enemy is going to pop out of the woodwork on this particular occasion. So just keep that in mind. When we talk about the idea of Mars moving into Sagittarius, he's in fire. He moves into Sagittarius from Scorpio, where he would have been since October the 12th, and on November the 24th to January the 4th, he spends all of that time in the sign of Sag, which is your 12th house. Now, that is again, Jupiter is the fly the friendly skies. Jupiter is travel. Jupiter is prosperity and abundance and good things. On a material plane, traveling for wealth, business for wealth, from foreign shores, expanding your repertoire of national, international connections. Fine, that could happen. The second thing that could happen here as well is that you might be pulled to learn. Often when Jupiter is in the 12th house, angular to houses 3 and 9, you want to take a course, you want to study, you want to get into some kind of deep learning. Because this is a moksha house, a spiritual house for liberation from the dream, popping out of the matrix. And when Mercury's there with Jupiter, that window of time can be very much about receiving some spiritual level of attainment through a teaching or a teacher. Those are Jupiter words, a guru or something like that. A lot of times when Jupiter is in the 12th house, we travel for spiritual reasons rather than material, but not always. So let me give you the window of time. Mercury, let's say between November 24th and December 1st, it's a very auspicious business, commerce, international revenue, travel with protection to foreign lands and foreign shores. Mercury protects you there. Jupiter is abundance. Or you could be in that window of time having some amazing dreams at night where God comes down from a spaceship into your dream and tells you, let's get enlightened, or something crazy like that. So that's a really awesome spiritual attainment energy going on for any Capricorns into that kind of thing. Again, the dates I gave you are November 24th to December 1st. Now let's go break down a couple other things. One is we have a new moon and a full moon, and we're going to do a chronology of the month. So hang in there. I'm going to go in a chronology in a minute, in order of the beginning to the end of the month, but big picture stories. November 13th, there is a moon in the sign of Scorpio. This is going to be in your 11th house. This is where this big event is happening November 17th that I will be describing. So there's a new moon on the 13th of November. It's a new beginning, a new reset of some sort that you want to apply to your dreams, wishes, hopes, gains from your career. your elder sibling relationship. A new beginning is forming here that can unfold in the 6 months that follow until we have a full moon in that same sign. Now, on the other hand, in Gemini, we also have a lunation at the end of the month on November 27th. It's a full moon, taking cue from the new moon in June of 2023. So this full moon, this spins off a new moon in June behind us, is a fullness in the house of health and work. So now the full moon is shining a big light there in that Gemini piece of sky. You could have a full moon spotlight on health and how to improve your health. You may have or what's wrong with your health, a full moon spotlight on things to do perhaps with the word work, livelihood. So if you had a health problem and you were worried about it in June and you couldn't figure it out, then maybe the full moon is like the big flashlight there and you figure out what's wrong with you. But if it's for your work and work life stuff, the full moon here can really open up a fullness, like a fruition. The fruit is falling off the tree of work and career opportunities. And I'm going to double down on that one because we have that Venus transit still ongoing when that lunation happens. And as she's moving through until December 1st, 4th in your 10th house of career and reputation, that makes an amazing alliance between that full moon giving you something, usually in the first 2 weeks that follow, to do with career opportunities and work opportunities. Again, that's November 27th, add 2 weeks, and some support from Venus, which is absolutely wonderful. And even Venus will move into your 11th house as well, and that's the house of great gains, and that will be another lovely transit after December the 4th. Okay, so let's break it down into chronology, if you don't mind. All right, let's break it down. And by the way, this is recorded October 12th. And if you want to know more about how to get on my Patreon community, get ad-free early access content for $5 a month, the Patreon community is getting this October 10th, 11th, and 12th. And you guys are getting this way down the pipeline on the 22nd with ads. So if you want to get this kind of content, all of my content, ad-free early access, for a measly $5 a month, come join my Patreon community. I have a promotion. You get 2 courses, Synastry and Chiron courses for free. Chiron, your key to purpose, Synastry, it's a relationship course, and you get the rest of my 2023 all sign videos, 12 videos times 60 minutes for free. Check it out. Now, let's talk about the chronology of the month. November 3rd and 4th, okay, the beginning of the month, there's going to be Venus opposite Neptune. Well, Venus and Neptune could be the most rainbow and unicorn thing you've ever seen in your life, but Venus is still in detriment in the sign of Virgo. She has yet to move into Libra. So she's in your 9th house of God, trips, foreign lands, visas, travel, third marriages, things to do with book publishing, things to do with often to do with bureaucracy, but also things to do with courts and court matters. So this 9th house Venus, and not in good shape, in a sign of her fall, is going to be opposite Neptune. And some of those rainbow and unicorn vibes now have mold on them. So Neptune can be kind of like, okay, what is the delusion you have regarding some kind of story around travel opportunities, because Neptune's in a travel house, your 3rd house, maybe some disillusionment with matters to do with your online world, your online social media presence, or things that are disillusioning you about book publishing and writing projects, maybe feeling a sense of disappointment, disenchantment with something in your life. But don't get so depressed yet, because on the 6th to the 8th of November, Venus pulls off a trine to Pluto. Pluto finishing up that Capricorn journey that you've been so a part of, and really honoring you and really giving you support from the 9th house. It's almost like the voice of God speaketh to thee in a feminine voice, because Venus here can really pull on this archetypal feminine divinity energy, and it's a Lakshmi house of luck and prosperity and wealth, and pull it all the way down to you. So something good is emerging from what looks like a disappointment. And on November the 6th to the 8th, you feel blessed by Venus, even in her fall. Technically, she's very precise. It could be getting the perfect visa arrangements or perfect travel plan all orchestrated that you really need to take. It could be a very detailed court brief. It could be a succinct book publishing contract or outcome along those lines. And then we move forward, and on November the 11th to the 12th, Mars is going to oppose Uranus. Now that can be some unexpected conflict in your life, unexpected action or decisions. Uranus is in Taurus right now, and that's your 5th house of your children. So this can be about your children and not about you. This can be about also entrepreneurial business endeavors. With Jupiter as a Capricorn going through the house of children, this can produce grandchildren. And Jupiter's been going through this house now ever since May of 2023 till next May. way. So a sudden shocking news story that you have a grandchild on the way, but why is Mars objecting from the 11th house of good spirit? Maybe you had this idea that you were going to get all of your ducks in a row with your wishes, dreams, and goals, your action plans around your groups of friendships and belongings, maybe things that you want to create in terms of greater career gains. I don't know. And then all of a sudden there's some kind of disturbance in the old children house. Now there's entrepreneurial energy here as well. So you could be doing some entrepreneurial thing. And then there's a male, a friend or ally or big brother or brother-like figure who kind of pulls a fast one, and suddenly you get this shocking or disturbing news. When I say Mars being a male, it could also be just a friend with a sword in his or her hand, and you weren't expecting it necessarily. So some kind of surprising, maybe disturbing, maybe, would I say shocking? Would I say shocking? Yes, because we still have Mercury and Scorpio. News coming from a friend, an ally, or an elder sibling, or things to do with your children being discombobulated. Do not start a new romance under this energy. You do not want an opposition to Uranus in the house of romance, to Mars in the house of friends. I have no idea what to say, but it doesn't feel good. It could be, really, really gnarly energy to start a new romance under this influence of November 6th to the 8th. Now, next in the story on November 11th and 12th, Mars will, I did that. Oh, sorry, it's November 11th and 12th, November 11th and 12th. I apologize, the shocking story is November 11th and 12th. So yes, it's just some kind of information news or something going on here. Let's move on. On the 20th to the 23rd of the month of November, Mars will sextile Pluto. And Mars is in good shape, right? Because he's moving through Scorpio and he hasn't left for Sag, and that means he's strong. He's in his own element. Back it up. Before I get to that, I apologize. I'm having the weird day here. Let me move my little cheat sheet because I am not reading it very well from where I put it. So you'll have to bear with me while I just change its position on my window, and maybe that'll make me a little bit more on my game. Sorry, Caps. I'm doing this in zodiacal order and I'm almost done. So maybe I'm a little So here we go. Back to the basics. On November the 17th, there's going to be an event that happened in, oh my God, brain come back online, 1991. Mars is going to go into the heart of the sun in Scorpio. And this is a big deal because this death and birth of Mars in your 11th house can mean difficult circumstances in your life for 2 years after November 17th. Now, Mars will be invisible and heading into the heart of the sun from November 14th, hitting the heart of the sun on the 17th, exiting on the 21st, basically tracking with the sun every day until he fully emerges with the sun. Mars sun is big energy, solar energy moving through Mars. It can be bad news or a cut off with a friend, an intense energy around an elder sibling, but not just at the Kazemi. It portends 2 years of difficulty and change in that area of your life. It may also be connected in the 11th house to a real alteration in the 2 years that follow with what the vision you have is, the dreams, the wishes, and the goals for your whole life. You may massively shift that arrangement of what you think you want because the old dreams are falling away, and they should have been falling away because the South Node went through your 11th house already for 18 months before this. So you're trying to revise what the real purpose of your life is by what you wish to have happen, what you wish to experience in your life. What are your dreams? Mars could really snip away and cut some of them so that you can find a better dream, a better goal. Mars is in dignity. I like him here because he is strong, because you can have great career gains here. And he's coming to the heart of the sun while Venus is in Libra in your 10th house. Possibly what you're going to see is over the 2 years, through a series of radical changes in your career path, your great gains of your career change the form that they are in. Finally, 11th house circles of friends. Like I belong to the Kirtan club. I belong to the women who, rock the world in politics club. You may drop some of those groups. You may just de-affiliate, or they'll de-affiliate you. So there can be some losses there, including the losses of friends, not just cut off or losses with an elder sibling, but friends, but not your besties usually. The 11th house friends are larger social groups, and you may come to a termination point in the 2 years that follow this November. But this November 17th is the epicenter of that change. And I'll be doing a whole video on that with all signs deep dive with asteroids and stars. So you definitely want to hit the like button, subscribe, hit my notification bell, please, so you'll be notified when that video comes out on my channel. Come on, guys, I have 20 videos to 30 videos a month, so you definitely need to hit the notification bell. On the 20th to the 23rd of the month, then, I was saying Mars will sextile from Scorpio, Pluto. So this is a real sweet spot for you to feel this Mars and Scorpio for the last time in your life in a sextile to Pluto in the house of you. You might feel this is a time where I am truly feeling empowered in some situations that have been taking place in my larger social groups of belonging with big brother and big brother type people, like allies and benefactors, friends who treat you like a younger sibling, who want to help you. And it's not about age, it's about comportment. And so this is going to feel like something is coming into action, into decisions as well, regarding those themes of support from allies and benefactors, or a radical change in the dreams and visions and goals of your life in a very positive and affirming way. November 20th to the 23rd. Then on the 24th to the 7th, Mars will make a difficult square from Sagittarius. Because remember, he moves into Sag, and he's going to be squaring Saturn. Saturn, okay, tough taskmaster, arms crossed in your third house, kind of like kiboshing some things, maybe making you not like your local neighborhood, or having some constraint around travel, or maybe feeling, especially with a younger sibling, some difficulties there. And then, Mars is, pretty tough. He's got a sword in his hand, and he's in the 12th house of hidden enemies. So you have to watch for Mars in the house of hidden enemies for sure, your 12th house. So watch for people who don't have your back in your 12th house, basically, delivering news or messages, because Mercury's co-present, that squares off with travel plans, local neighborhood, siblings, courses and classes, social media life. There's some difficulty here. Mars in the 12th house doesn't mind travel. Okay, so also there's a possibility of some difficulty regarding travel plans and some constraint on some journey you wish to take on the 24th to the 27th as Mars squares off Saturn, and you have a frustration, like you want to move ahead and yet you can't. There's something holding you back, especially around travel, So don't even try maybe to like force your hand there. That looks like an area of really a big frustration for only a few days, the 20th to the 23rd, and then that too shall pass. Thanks for listening to your sign for the month of November, Capricorn. Don't forget, and you want to check out my 2024 All Signs Bundle or individual a la carte videos, 75 minutes each, or the bundle, over 15 hours of content for 35% off, never to be seen again. Pre-sale price, meaning that you order it now and I deliver it to you by email, access to it by email on the third week of November. I haven't set the exact date to deliver the content because I'm recording it now, but it will be out before Thanksgiving in the United States. So if you want to get an early Thanksgiving binge on astrology, you might want to get the pre-sale price and be ahead of the game. All right, thanks everybody, appreciate it. Big hugs to all of you. I'm wishing the very best in the month of November.